Wow.
Finale time.
Oh, I shall miss it. I wasn't saying that last year. So, what do you want to start with here, David?
How about Dang It, Tobin Girl Lock On?
The drill? Yes. Oh, you can just see the references that the Team RWBY takes. Like it's so clear what they love, and I love it.
Stay tuned for Genlock.
Yeah, for real though. Now, so I guess first I do gotta say I got really emotional during the scene where she's trying to activate her silver eyes, and like because it's just anything
Leviathan Noms.
Say again.
Leviathan Noms.
Oh yes. First of all, I love that she used Jin as a hack to stop time, which is fucking phenomenal.
Jin.
And Jin's just like, I see what you did
get
there.
This one.
Fuck you. Yeah, Jin's like Family Guy Spider-Man. She gets one. But no, I mean, like, I like that Jin's like, I see what you did there. Clever, but fuck you. Because like. But either way, though, the emotional part is what I'm talking about here. I love the emotions of that because what I love so much about this series, what I loved, and notice, by the way, barely any of those memories were from Volume 4 and 5. It's like one or two. It was like the one good scene from Volume 4, which was Jean on the phone with Pyrrha. You know, Pyrrha's fucking, the video of Pyrrha. And I don't even know if there was one from Season 5.
Let's have
Say what?
a feels.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like
Dead Pyrrha all around.
Oh, you know, and I'll be honest, I don't know if you saw this theory. There was a theory floating around that Penny was gonna come back, like rebuilt, like robot Penny. That was gonna be like their secret weapon to take down this Leviathan. I really wish that theory was gonna happen because as I kept watching this episode, I was like, what would cause her silver eyes to activate more than seeing fucking rebuilt Penny fucking fly over and fucking take out this Leviathan, or like start to try to.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Oh, I need it, bro. I need it. Like, just in case you don't know the theory I'm talking about, I almost guarantee you they're gonna rebuild Penny, and she's gonna be in the form of an adult instead of a child at this point. Because the only reason she was in the form of a child originally was because they wanted her to blend in with students to see how she would perform. Now that that whole thing's been scrapped, they would rebuild her in an optimal adult form, and they would, obviously, the memories, even if they could activate them, they would completely wipe that clean. They don't need to program her to blend in with students anymore, so she doesn't have to have any silly friendship programming. So literally, she would just be a robot designed to do a task. And so not only would she look completely different than the Penny RWBY knew, but she would also literally not even, like, the double tragic part is, it's not like her memories are just erased and then RWBY can remake friends with her. It would be her memories are erased and RWBY couldn't even remake friends with her if she wanted to, because she wouldn't even be programmed to have the ability to make friends.
Salutations, I'm here to fucking kill you.
Yeah, it'd probably just be like, it's like, step aside, citizen, Penny, whatever the fuck, here to save the day. Like, she's probably just gonna be like a superhero, like All Might.
Would they even go with Penny?
Yeah, like, would that even be her name, I guess? Like, yeah. No, but honestly, like, I really kept thinking that was gonna happen, because I had read a very convincing theory on Reddit, and she was, like, remembering Penny's memories, and I was like, just do it! So that's a shame. I hate when you read a theory, and the theory's better than what happened. But that's not to say that this volume wasn't amazing. I just wish that would have happened.
You're just a fucking glutton for punishment.
Yes, also I love Penny. Like, you telling me her weapons wouldn't be perfect for this scenario? The fucking, like, you know.
No, I'm not saying it won't be perfect for the scenario. I'm just like, that's cruel on every level.
Yes. And then the loss of past and future friendships just destroys RWBY from the inside, and she Silver Eyes bursts out. Although, a much happier thing happens with this Silver Eyes thing, and it's that RWBY kind of realizes, oh, wait a minute, sad emotions aren't working, let me try happy emotions. So that was cool. And I've seen this in a many anime, you know, it's like like they learn to, use happiness and friendship, and that's a classic anime thing. But again, as long as it's done
Power
well,
of friendship.
yeah, I think it's done. If it's done well, it's done well, and I think it's done well. This entire volume has been great. I will admit there's always kind of an element with any finale where I want a bit more, where I'm expecting either a death or a reveal or a character comeback, yada yada.
Weren't flying monkeys bad enough for you?
Yeah! I saw that shit
Rainbow
immediately.
monkey.
See, that was one of the few Wizard of Oz references that did not go over my head.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
My God.
oh, this makes Oz is Oz, Wizard of Oz, and then Oz is Ozpin, and then she's Glinda, and she has flying monkeys now. It's so obvious.
Oh my God.
I do love too that
It's beautiful.
well, what's interesting is she's kind of having her Thanos moment. Like she turns to the camera. Fine, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. Yeah, she really is.
So I'm going.
Hazel's in there just like there's this old line. You want something done right, do it yourself.
And I'm going to guess that's remember when they show up at Atlas. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that the reason that their fucking jets are scrambled in the way of like we're expecting an attack is because they have some insider knowledge on Salem's making a move. You think?
Hazel's a traitor.
Ha! Maybe. You always got to have at least one traitor. Like it's the classic Judas storyline,
Judas.
Maybe I could see it. Hard to say. Like so, Atlas. Here's the thing,
back,
right?
Like,
go ahead.
But like, think back here. Even going back to like volumes 4 and 5, nobody has to die today.
Yeah.
He would be the perfect fucking traitor.
Right.
He doesn't want to really. He doesn't want to kill anybody. And now fucking Salem's gone batshit yandere, reeing and screaming the windows out.
Shit yandere. Thank you very much.
Now she's got fucking flying monkeys and an army of Grimm at her disposal. It's just the time for him to just drop behind Ironwood.
That would explain why Hazel sucked so bad in the volume 5.
Right?
They could just say they could just say he went easy on them.
I didn't want to kill any of you.
I didn't want to kill anybody.
So I went easy.
Yeah, I just jabbed fucking crystals into my arm for aesthetic.
Yeah, just aesthetically pleasing crystals in my arm, Bane style, and doing nothing.
You guys get your ears pierced. I jab crystals in my fucking forearm. Let's talk about the beginning scene with Best Girl Neo and Worst Girl Cinder.
Best girl and worst girl. You're not wrong. Like, on one hand, I'm happy Neo's getting screen time because obviously Best Girl.
Yeah.
Her power is, I don't know the semblance if that's shades of magic.
The power she's using to cloak the ship, I think, has always been her semblance. Like she always does that mirror illusion thing.
But yeah, the mirror illusion thing. But it's always been on her. The fact that she's able to reflect it on herself is pretty fucking cool.
I'm trying to think. I'd have to go back and look and see if she's ever done anything like this before.
I don't think there's been a moment where she's been able to affect anything outside, or at least shown.
I'm pretty sure she affected Roman. Because remember, there was a scene where they were charging at Neo and Roman, and then they charged at them, and then Shatter, and then they were both gone.
True.
So what I see
also,
hold on a second.
Also, maybe Volume 3, the Vital Festival with the ambulance.
Yes. So I see her semblance as kind of like a mirror, and she can project whatever image she wants onto that mirror, but the weakness is that it's easily shatterable.
It could very well be.
Now, I will say, and this is just if I'm searching for a negative about this show, I think there are a lot of people with illusion-esque powers, and they're so similar to each other that it's hard to distinct them. Like, I'm trying to distinct Emerald's power and Neo's power, like, legit. There are semi-distinctions, but they're pretty close, I will say.
Oh, yeah, it's getting very illusion magic-y.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that can do illusion-type stuff, Like, if you got fucking Emerald, Neo, and Ren in a room together, they could just do whatever they wanted.
You're not even wrong.
If you combined Emerald, Neo, Ren, if they have like a really sick threesome, good for Ren, you just...
I'm pretty sure Nora would kill him.
Get away from my man! No, but if that happens, you get Aizen.
Jesus Christ.
All the senses. I control all of them. But yeah, so that's interesting. I'd like to learn more about Neo's, I almost said quirk, Neo's semblance. And that's going to be hard to do from someone who doesn't fucking talk. So I hope someone shows up like, by the way, this is how her semblance works. Torchwick's ghost fucking just appears out of the ether. Do you remember, you watched
See, this is why I picked up...
Good.
This is why I picked up the little ice cream waifu.
Well, you remember Achievement Hunter? Whenever they do like their videos where like they have a rule where whenever someone dies in the game, they have to like be quiet, but sometimes they'll break the rule to be a ghost, and then they'll like edit a ghost in. You know what I'm talking about?
So we'll have like an Achievement Hunter. We have the Achievement Hunter ghost death fucking here.
Well, like Jack will die or something,
Torchwick.
and then like Jeremy's like trying to find his shit. Like I don't know where your shit is, or like let's say it's Minecraft, and then he's like, it's over by the chest. I was just thinking like, in all reality, they could do something like, I still think it's gonna be revealed that Neo. I want to think that Neo is somehow related to Torchwick. I almost get a daughter vibe. How do you feel about that?
I wouldn't be surprised if that's his daughter.
So, like, I want to see... What we could easily do is one day meet Neo's mother. Now, this is probably way down the line, but, like, I want to know who banged Torchwick, why they banged Torchwick. Who am I kidding? Torchwick's a fucking smooth guy. I'd bang him. Comes in with that fucking...
Okay,
that fucking
so...
Clockwork Orange getup. Like, does he not... twirling his cane.
Just slowly starts undressing all seductively.
Like any guy that dresses fancily, like I mean, like I've been told by the ladies that like a suit for a guy is like lingerie for a woman. So you know we gotta.
Well, then you'll never catch my ass in lingerie then.
Exactly. So we're fucked. You and I will never get women because we don't know how to suit properly.
Holy shit! I cannot stand a tie, let alone a fucking suit.
I feel you, dude. Remember when I fucking spent an hour and a half trying to tie a fucking tie for a fucking cosplay? End my life.
Yeah, you ended up just tucking it in.
I now want fan art for every RWBY character that has a tie, struggling to tie that tie.
How the fuck do you tie this again?
Like, God damn it! Why did I make this part of my aesthetic?
This outfit ever.
I can't stop now. It'll throw the balance off. But you know how important style is in RWBY. But either way,
Yeah.
I guess what do you think's going on with that beginning scene? Like, I assume they're trying to get into Atlas, similar to like when Crow and the rest of the people, when they got to Atlas, they were like welcome home because they look like one of the ships, right? Well, they are one of the ships. Whereas Neo and Cinder, I think that they're trying to look like one of the ships so that the same thing can happen, where they can kind of just be welcomed into the fleet, you know?
Oh, yeah. Here's where this complicates things. Because as much as I love Neo's little semblance power, blah, 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 and as much as I love the fact that Cordova just was like, yeah, who cares if one more ship's gone? You know, it's always convenience for both the villains and the heroes. There's never really a struggle at the end game of a volume.
Yeah, like I feel what you're saying. Like they feel like they always want to wrap shit up quickly.
Yeah, they want to wrap it up, put a nice little bow on it, but at the same time, the more we do this, the staler the story becomes. Because we're like, oh, this is going to happen because, that's me trying to find at least something negative to say, because otherwise it looks like we're sucking its dick.
Yeah. No, there's definitely negatives exist, certainly. And honestly, I think there were stronger episodes in this volume than the finale, which is odd.
Oh, for sure.
Like, the finale should be your strongest episode, in my opinion. So it is odd that this really was not that strong of an episode in comparison to the rest of them. So I guess, like, I still think this almost gives me vibes of, like, remember when Rick and Morty did season 3 and, like, the best episode of that season was Tales from the Citadel, but that was, like, in the middle of the season, and then the finale was just kind of, like, okay in comparison. Like, it kind of reminds me of
okay, and most of the rest of the season was not that good.
Yeah, it was generally alright, but, like, so essentially, with this, it's good. I just wish that they could have, like, if I was making a show, then, you know, what do I know? But, like, personally, I feel like every finale should have some big thing. And her making flying Grim monkeys, whoop-de-doo. Like, Grim, how long, since when have Grim been threatening?
Right, like, well, I guess the Leviathan was somewhat threatening.
Yeah, if it panned out and she had 2,000 of those, now we're talking.
Yeah, but flying monkeys!
Yeah, you know, Crow and RWBY can just be on the ground together and take pot shots at those fuckers, and they'll probably take out most of them.
Yeah. Okay, no laugh for the Frieza joke. Okay, I see how it is.
Oh! I didn't realize that was a Frieza joke. You just literally said flying monkeys.
But, like, is there a better line from Frieza than "stupid monkeys" or "stupid apes"?
I guess I don't immediately connect that to Frieza is the problem, unfortunately. If I got it, I would have laughed. I'm sorry. That was my bad.
My age is showing. Yes, I'm the motherfucker that grew up with a starter pack of DBZ and Sailor Moon. Sue me.
Hey. Let's see. Other scenes. Okay, so Ozpin still kind of lurking in
lurking in the DMs.
Yeah, he's lurking. he's a lurker in a Discord chat right now. You know, he's lurking.
Oh, we got plenty of those in our Discord server. Feel free to join and become one of them.
He's got the notifications on, but he's not gonna talk unless one of them says, "I'm in a plane right now and I'm about to crash. Please help."
Or he gets yeeted by Crow into a tree and then he shuts down and acts like a 2-year-old throwing a temper tantrum.
Bro, like I'm sorry. I'm not even going to pretend like either of them are, like, Crow or Ozpin, neither of them are acting like a 2-year-old. I think both of them are very much within their rights to be pretty fucking sad right now, personally.
The fact that he wanted to murder RWBY is what got me. Like, no, my secret can never get out.
I don't know if he was literally going to murder her. Like, I like to think that because it makes it darker because I'm a freak. But, like, I feel more as though he was just gonna, like, hold her down and then try to convince her to not say it. I don't know if she literally
Don't say the word! Don't say the word, boss!
But at the very least, he was going to tackle this bitch full force into the snow. So, yeah, I mean, like, but either way, like, again, to me, once you see what Ozpin's been through, I don't think that it's unjustified for him to, like, this is like have you...
I'm not saying it's not...
Good?
I'm not saying it's not justified. I'm just saying it's childish behavior. He could have very easily, like, come clean and, like, yes, here's the story, and then that would have prevented them wasting a wish.
You're right.
That would have also prevented them from having this moment of where now he's locked himself in the closet of fucking Oscar's mind.
Mm-hmm. No, you don't think that? Like, I think his argument of, you know, Lionheart and the many before him that I trusted with this story, and then they also betrayed me. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think that...
I see both sides. It's just, like, part of me wishes Ozpin wasn't such a scumfuck.
But see, I don't see him as a full scumfuck. I think he's, like, a good 50% scumfuck. Like, he's 2% skim milk scumfuck.
I'm done. What the fuck is that?
I don't know.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
I don't know. I can just see that as an edit from fucking Domo. Just like Ozpin's smug shit-eating grin on a fucking thing of milk. It's like 2% scumfuck.
Jesus Christ. I don't know how to respond to that.
Either way, it's just like, I get both sides here. Of course, Ozpin should have told immediately, but I think the issue is that, like, when you live that long, I think your rules that you set for yourself and your prerogative and, like, I think you start to see yourself change in ways that you don't want to see yourself change when you live that way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like, I mean,
I'm beyond concerned with how this is going to affect Oscar. You know,
oh yeah,
the fact that he was inherited as a fucking child here, essentially, like brain wise, you know.
Well, I don't know if Ozpin has any control over what body he just wakes back up in. I think it's just random.
Yeah, but I think it would have more of a toll on a child's mind than
definitely
the millions of adults we saw him in.
It's gonna fuck him up, certainly. I mean, like, psychologically, it's definitely gonna fuck him up. And I'm shocked that in this volume they just did, like, one of those, like, he left and then he just came back. I'm fine now, which is shocking to me, which makes me think that, like, he's pretending, he's putting on a face, like he's pretending to be fine.
He's essentially become Doctor Who. I regenerated. I'm fine.
I would also love if, like, and by the way, since this is the finale, we're gonna just generally be talking about the whole series and where we think it's going from here. So, like, I would also love it if it was revealed, because my thing is, it seems odd for, like, random farmhand boy to start dressing like fucking like he's at a fucking Comic-Con right now. So, like, I think that it would be cool if it was revealed that, like, subtly without his, like, if you want to go more toward the Ozpin semi-scumfuck route, you could go towards the idea that, like, maybe he's been, like, subconsciously pushing his decisions without him knowing it, which would be fucking amazing. Like I would love it if, like, because here's the thing, like, then you get into, like, Black Mirror. Did you ever watch Black Mirror Bandersnatch?
I did not.
You fuck. Okay, well, the whole idea of that episode was, like, those little voices that you hear, the little impulses you get to do a decision, is that really you controlling that, or is it someone else? Are you in full control of your decisions, right? And then he kind of goes fucking nuts. He gets paranoid because he doesn't know if his decisions are his own. So, like, I would love if, like, we had an arc where, like, because if I was Oscar, I would start to think, like, how much of my decisions are me? And is he, if he's, this fucker's in my brain, is he, like, able to make these decisions for me? Like, that'd be really interesting to me.
Exactly. It's fucking becoming... It's becoming clear that some things are being incepted into him. Like, I don't think he would ever wear something like that. I mean, he's a fucking farmhand.
Yeah, that's Ozpin's dapper style, bro.
And as you look through, like, he has a similar style that he always wears once he starts to essentially take over. And crazy, now we're seeing, like, he's still here. He helped me land. Now, how much of that was Ozpin taking full control, or how much of that was Ozpin putting ideas into his mind, like, here's how you do this, and then this is how we will handle everything from here.
Yeah, and let's remember too, like, in the flashback when we see him with like a lot of his other bodies, like, it was a lot, usually it was that he eventually had the full control over the body, whereas the other the original user of the body would pop in occasionally. Like, there was the one where, you know, he's just, like, working along Salem, and then the original user of the body is like, what are we doing here? You know, like so it's like, in those instances, Ozpin had most of the control of the body. So I'm very curious how that will go, for sure. Let's see here. Other scenes to talk about. So RWBY, you know, gets the stone, or gets the Leviathan in stone, and then, fuck names, bro. She comes over with the fucking Pacific Rim.
Cordovin, Tingatogan Girl Nagansett. Yeah.
Yes, and that was cool. And then, so she has, I was trying to headcanon why she had such a quick, like, turn into being okay with RWBY, but the only thing I can think of is that she's someone who respects service above all. She's someone who respects, like, actually, like, action, right? Actions over words. And I think that, like, maybe she legitimately did think, she was so blinded into thinking that they are legitimately just criminals trying to steal a ship. But then, you know, you'd think if they were legitimately just criminals trying to steal a ship, they would get the ship and fucking bail and let the city get fucked. But the fact that RWBY was like, no, we're going to fight this thing alone if we have to, I think that kind of made her think, oh, I'm the asshole in this regard. Now, I will admit, of course, as usual, a lot of times with these kind of, like, character shifts, it seems a little fast, but I understand that this is probably a character we're never going to see again, so it was, like, something that they kind of just wanted to wrap up. So, thoughts?
Yeah, it's definitely... I'm not a fan of the quick shift at all.
Yeah, I'm never a fan of any quick shift.
The fact that we've seen so many of them in RWBY just shows, like
I
I've said it many, many, many times back in volumes 5's fucking discussions, and the fucking everything we've done about RWBY.
Hey, remember when I was trying to kill your parents 5 minutes ago? Oh, no problem. No, be best buddy. We're good. All right, cool. Thanks.
Thanks. I'm just gonna join your mom and dad's side now and never see you again. Bye.
Literally trying to kill your parents 5 minutes.
Literally tried to kill them, and now I'm working alongside them.
Oh. Can we at least send her to like therapy for a year first? Like I don't trust that she's not gonna snap back.
I don't know if therapy's a thing here.
Beacon better have therapy. The Remnant better have therapy.
Right? Especially for all of the fucking students
that
watch
no, they definitely have therapy because they live in a world where negative emotions draws huge demon creatures. Therapy would be a very wise decision.
Who would be the therapist for fucking Crow?
Oh, yeah. He goes into a therapist. It's like, so, everyone I love is dead. The only people that aren't dead that I love probably will die. Why? Because my semblance is fucking bad luck. I've been used in a plot which I didn't even know 25% of the details of. And then the therapist is just like, yeah, I got nothing. There's nothing I
see why you're an alcoholic.
Yeah, I recommend a full dose of suicide, sir.
Here, aim my sword gun at me. So
yeah. But before you kill yourself, you have to pay the bill. It is therapy after all. It's very expensive.
This isn't America.
He just slides the PayPal app over, like, just as you're killing yourself, just type in your password. All right, thanks. You don't need it anymore.
Here's everything I got left from my last hunt.
Oh, it's so sad. I'm shocked that, like, Crow still is not dying. I just keep thinking he's gonna die. I don't know what to feel.
Well, like I was saying, like, the shift just shows how poor of writing Brewster Teeth really has down at its bottom. Because go back to Red vs. Blue, go back to fucking early skits, go back to everything that they've done. As far as they've come, they still lack in fully fleshing out a character. And fleshing it out in a timely manner. It's either too goddamn slow, to where we no longer care about that character, or it's so goddamn fast we're like, what the fuck?
And just to clarify, before we get any re comments, generally we both love this entire season, but it's just that it's still not perfect, and we're not going to pretend it's perfect. I will admit, I think I'm going to agree with David. I think overall this is one of the weaker episodes, which is weird for a finale. And it's mostly because, like, the battle itself just goes over really quickly. I thought most of the episode was going to be the battle with this thing.
I honestly thought this would be like a 45-minute episode, to be honest.
I mean, it doesn't even need to be that long. Like, it could have been as long as it was, but, like, 75% of it could have been the battle, And,
yeah, and then the rest was, like, the flash forward to next season.
Can you imagine, just imagine if that theory came true. Fucking, like, Iron Man, Tony Stark, Penny comes down. And fucking, just like she's like all epic and like boo-hoo, and Ruby's like thinking that like, oh my god, my friend Penny's back, everything's looking up for me. And then she goes up to Penny and like, the whole like, who are you? Or like, well, excuse me, citizen? It's anything like that. And then that causes her to have like a meltdown, finish off the fucking Leviathan with her silver eyes. And then maybe like Penny, they follow Penny's robot back to the Atlas military base, and then Penny, Penny goes back in and, like, goes wherever she goes, being part of Atlas's military, and then, they dock their ship. That could have easily been what they did, and this would have been, like, 10 out of 10 finale. And right. Not to say this is, like, 1 out of 10 or anything. I would give this, like, a 6.5 to 7. It's a generally okay. Like, it's good. It's not
better
bad,
than the last
like
2 finales. It's definitely better than the last 2 we got, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm trying to remember, what was Volume 1 and 2's finale? Like, Volume 2 was, like, the train shit and then the big fucking fight in the town square. So that was a good one for sure. And then what was Volume 1's finale? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Fuck. Oh, no, Volume 1 was the airship stuff, where, like, they were in... That was the gunchucks and, like, Penny showing up to take down all the airships, I think.
Oh, yeah. That was it. Shit. And then
3, of course, was like the best finale, and then 4 and 5. 4 Nuka Lobby fight was all right, and then 5's finale was a mess. So I think I would rate this finale overall not as good as 1, 2, and 3, but better than 4 and 5. So it's like right there in the middle.
Yeah, it's definitely, and that's sadly what I think we're just going to get here. Is
I'm
like,
okay with it. Listen, if the rest of these seasons are as good throughout the entire season on average as this season was,
oh yeah,
I don't give a fuck. Like this season, if all of them can be this quality, this show's back to like top 10 for me. Easy.
I don't know if I'd rank it top 10, but I rank it in my top 25 at this point.
All right.
But it's definitely gotten a hell of a lot better. I'm starting to see that Miles and Carrie have actually listened to a lot of fan criticisms, and I'm definitely to the point where I'm sadly, after watching the first 2 episodes of Genlock, I'm still nutting more over this than fucking mech shit, and I'm a mech guy.
So yeah, and we will get to reviewing. Look for tomorrow for our Genlock review. So I won't go into that too much. I'll wait for our video on Genlock. But
oh man,
Achievement Hunter said it was really good, David.
I don't give a fuck if Achievement Hunter said it was good.
All right, well, we'll wait for our video.
When I can see them, when I can see where they took inspiration from, I'm gonna rant.
Okay, well, look forward to that tomorrow. But either way, RWBY's been great, and here's what it's gonna come down to. I want to start talking predictions for Volume 7, because we did the same thing in our Volume 5 finale video, and it was a lot more negative back then. But hopefully, we can be more positive this time. So for Volume 7, my big question is: was this right here, this quality, is this a fluke, or are they gonna be able to maintain it? Like that's the big thing.
Yeah, that's one I'm not going to even bother trying to predict, because with Rooster Teeth, they can go god tier in quality and dip back down to dog shit. Yeah. So I'm not going to predict on quality. I'm going to predict on where shit's going to head from here.
Okay, so plot wise, they're in Atlas now. Let's remember now, even if Penny didn't show up here, Penny was built in Atlas, correct?
Yes. So I wouldn't be surprised if we. I would not be surprised if we see more military combat-ready robots like Penny. Mm-hmm. I would not be surprised if we see more like that. I would also not be surprised if we see a fucking Ironwood, oh, Weiss, you're alive, you escaped your father's clutches thing. Here, like
Ironwood again. He's probably I got the vibe in Volume 4 that he's like way cooler now.
I don't know if he's turned full-on crow alcoholic.
No.
Or
well, that's a good point, actually. I doubt that, but like I get the vibe that like he realized that like he's someone that realized how brainwashed he was. Like he was part of the establishment, the military, and like the people that really didn't know what was going on. And like Crow would always kind of like bash him, like you're the idiot here. And I think that he realized how wrong he was in Volume 3. There was that scene where because. Like, do you remember one of my favorite scenes of Volume 3 ever? Like, sometimes people forget this scene, and I remember talking about this with you, where Ozpin is talking to Ironwood over the comm, and he's like, "You brought your military to my school, so use it." And that was the moment where Ironwood got fucking full on just demasculated. By fucking Ozpin. Like you're my bitch, motherfucker. Like we warned you time and time again. Don't do this, don't do that. But you knew better, bitch. So like I think now that he's seen everything that's gone down, I think Ironwood is aware. Oh, I fucked up. And like I think he's trying to atone for that. And I think he's gonna be pretty cool.
He's definitely in that atonement stage. What I would also love to see here is, well, we know there's a fucking academy here. I'd love to see what that is. I know it's all militarized,
but is this the one where Neon Cat came from?
1 second.
Hold on, no, I'm on the Reddit, or I'm on the wiki right now. Atlas Academy. Let's do it. All right, what students? Uniform. Known students. Penny, CL, who's this? Oh, the cute girl with the blue beret that was following Penny around.
Yeah, we got Flint, Cole, Neon Cat, and Winter.
Oh my god. Flint Cole.
Flint Cole!
Yeah, okay. No, first of all, Neon Cat. So your punk waifu, where did she come from?
She would have been. Swan actually mentioned it in one of the fucking comment sections.
Different place?
Yeah.
We can check that later. Okay, but Neon Cat. Okay, if we are here in Volume 7 and we don't see Neon Cat, fuck you, Rooster Teeth. That's right!
To avoid copyright infringement.
I still listen to that shit, bro.
Right?
Time to retreat. You need a diva review. Oh, it's so good, bro.
Alright, anyway. Yes, I want Neon. I want
Neon to show up and comment that Yang's boobs got bigger. I don't even care if it's true, but it'd be hilarious because every anime needs a scene where there's like a time skip and someone says, "Oh wow, your boobs got bigger." You know, it happened with Nami and Usopp where he was like, "Wow, you've gotten real mature in certain areas," and it happened with fucking like even Retro Rhino's fucking Bleach project. Rukia looked at Orihime's boobs and commented that they were bigger. It's an anime trope, and I need it. And no better person to do it than Neon Cat, who talked about how she was bottom heavy.
Top heavy.
She was top heavy, and then she got
bottom heavy would be if her ass got bigger.
Now you're bottom. Yeah. Hey, look, you evened out.
Oh god, you bitch!
Yo, and then she's just in the background, like trying to beat the shit out of Neon Cat, and she's just like casually dodging with like rainbows following her. We're talking like Agent Smith versus Neo in the Matrix, like where he's just like, you can't hit me, I'm Neon Cat, bitch. Oh, I knew it. She would bring like that spark of life and like fun and energy that like this show continues to need. Not to say they didn't do it in this volume, they did it well in this volume, but I want them to continue doing it in the next volume, and Neon Cat would be perfect for that. And just like I mentioned this earlier too, Flint Cole could have a really cool thing with wife now that she's like disavowed the family name, disavowed being the heir to the company. She's literally disavowed that. She can be like, hey, I disavowed my family and my family's company. Fuck them. If anything, you know, how cool would this be? If I was Weiss right now, I would go to Flint Cole's dad's dust shop. Like, I know it's out of business, but I would go to Flint Cole's dad and be like, reopen your dust shop, and I'll do a commercial endorsing your dust shop.
Because fuck my dad.
I would literally be like, hi, I'm Weiss Schnee, here to endorse, I don't know, like, what do you think Flint Cole's name, like...
the coal mine.
Yeah,
Fuck
Cole, Blake Cole's dust shop. It's a mom and pop shop, you know. It's got that home feeling, and you know, at the end of the day, fuck my dad. And then the commercial just ends with her flipping off her dad. It'd just be the most beautiful, shit. Like, she could even make it like a scandal. Like, look at our world these days. Like, she should go on fucking Remnant Twitter and be like, my dad's an asshole. He's an abuser. My brother is starting to become a psychopath abuser. And my sister and I hate them both. And my mom's dead, probably because of my dad somehow. I blame my dad. Don't shop at Schnee Dust Company.
Also, we brand faunus.
Oh yeah, also, here's this dead body of this guy my friend killed. Look at the fucking, you see that? Schnee Dust Company. We did that pretty recently. So, yeah. That would just be great. Like, I know obviously I'm over-exaggerating, but, like, she should 100% do something.
Oh, yeah.
Which would be, like, a good character moment, as well as, like, a big fuck you to her dad's company in, like, one fell swoop. I would love that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. What I would love... The last thing I want to touch on here, before we wrap this video up, is now that we're in Atlas, we obviously are delivering this relic. Are we going to go on the hunt for another relic since it's another 3-volume arc coming up? Or are we actually going to take time and develop some more? Because obviously this team still needs work. Because look at how fucking John and Nora got their asses handed to them by the Mech. Now we know exactly what Atlas has. What if Cinder's people or fucking stole more of these mechs now that they've clearly done that before? What if we have an army of these mechs that are just still randomly sitting around from where Torchwick got yeeted off the fucking airship by an 8, allegedly? Still.
So are we talking about, like, having, like, time to train, essentially?
A little bit of a training arc because we got a little bit of that in Volume 4.
Mm-hmm. So here's what would be kind of cool, right? My favorite part about RWBY is how they all have very custom weapons that it's implied that they built themselves. Maybe that's just RWBY, but I'm hoping that it's I don't remember if it was just RWBY that did that and the rest of them get them custom ordered, or I don't know how that. But like either way, they either build them themselves or custom order them for themselves. I think it would be cool if like we had a very My Hero Academia-esque thing where like you can go and get support gear in My Hero Academia and it's like, oh, this gear will help you this, that. I think it'd be really cool if they all kind of like, not only did they work on their semblances, but they kind of like added shit to their weapons. Like, oh, I'll add this little thing to your scythe, RWBY, and it'll give you like a faster, torque on your spin or whatever. I don't know if I'm using terminology right, but like oh, it'll up the thrusters so you can go faster now, and this will do this. Like, I would love little like upgrades to their weapons, like for all of them.
Oh yeah, and well, Blake is in desperate need of a new weapon.
Yeah, Blake needs a new weapon. That's a good point. Gamble Shroud, no!
Gamble Shroud is in pieces.
Bro, so yeah. Blake's gonna go to the weapon shop, and Yang's gonna go to the fucking bike shop.
Oh yeah,
Do you
definitely.
think Yang has, like, a lot of money? Like, she gives me the vibe of someone, like, she was just able to, like, remember the Yellow trailer where she just strolled up to a fucking bar and, like it was nothing? Like, I get the vibe that, like, somehow she has money.
Somehow she has money, and also
dealings. She does back alley dealings, and I'm not the kind you think.
Well, who knows? Because she's clearly got a thing for grabbing men's junk.
Yeah, it's sad to bring this up, but like honestly, I don't know how to feel about that.
It's she emasculated Jack Patillo.
Oh, it's so good. Jack's needs to come back, bro. Either way,
I'm here for one episode, and I got my junk crushed.
I like the idea of her walking into a bike shop and them like trying to be like, can I help you? And like before they even finish the fucking sentence, she hands them like an entire fucking like list of everything she wants. Like I need a bike with this custom engine, this custom steering wheel, or this custom paint job with this emblem on it, and I want it in a week. Go. Like okay, ma'am.
Oh yeah, and it's definitely time for training and supply gathering. And
you're right, it does feel like that. It's like, we stopped at a new town in Pokemon and we need to buy 70 fucking super potions. Oh no, it's repels. That's what I always bought. Max repels.
You're that guy.
Fuck!
Like, I'm going to use my same 6 Pokemon the entire game and fuck everything else, right?
Yeah, I'm the guy that would level up one Pokemon to be ungodly strong, and the rest of them can be like fucking, like the chickens in the cages that never get to move, and then their legs break when they try to walk.
Jesus Christ! You're the Charmander trainer. My Charmander sucks. I'm gonna leave him out here on the rock to die.
In Diamond, I had one amazing.
Fuck my Charmander.
In Diamond, I had one amazing Chimchar, and the rest, and that one amazing Chimchar went through and just sweeped everybody.
You're a cruel bastard, Red.
Yeah, but either way, yes, you're right. It is time for supply gathering. I agree, and I think it'd be kind of cool to have like a chill, like, all right, let's actually like set up base here. Take some time to, because you can make gathering supplies interesting, right? So like Volume 5, where they sat in the house for the entire volume, that was awful. You don't have to do that. You can make you can make it similar to like an early One Piece arc. And what I mean by that is like, think about One Piece when they first stop at like an island. A lot of times they'll be like, oh, let's go shopping and let's check out the local shit and let's, so they'll go to different shops, they'll meet different people. So like you could have like the first half of that volume be what I said. Like episode 1 could be them going to a weapons shop, RWBY freaking the fuck out, putting upgrades on Crescent Rose and like all these different things, and everyone upgrading their weapons. In that same episode you could have Yang maybe look for new bikes, all that shit. Episode 2 and 3 they could they could meet Neon Cat and Flint Cole again and do what I said about maybe supporting his dust company and or his dust shop or whatever. And then episodes 4 and 5 you could maybe then start going into plot. But like I would love it if the first couple episodes was just going around the town, meeting new people, and like fun slice of life, early Bleach-esque stuff, like early Bleach or early One Piece-esque stuff, where they're just like walking around, talking to people, meeting new people, and seeing what the town has to offer. I'd love that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Final thoughts, David?
Overall, I fucking love this volume.
This
I
was
can't.
an amazing volume.
I can't state enough how much this volume actually redeemed the show in my fucking mind. But it's definitely, there's still some work that needs to be done.
Not perfect. It's not like a Hunter x Hunter level, like Game of Thrones level.
I still won't give Hunter x Hunter and fucking Game of Thrones their flawless status. There's still flaws there.
Well, what is really? There's nothing flawless.
Exactly, but it's definitely. It's definitely gotten a lot.
Where do you want it to go? If you're saying, because you're
where I want it to go.
Like how would you improve it from here? I guess.
Where I would improve it from here is I would continue down this path, while also working on how to write a proper character, because we're still having some characters that are overdeveloping and some that are lacking in development. Kind of like we have this issue, like we have our issue with Promised Neverland. Like we have nameless background characters 99 through 5,000.
To clarify, it's not even close to as bad as Promised Neverland.
Oh yeah, it's nowhere near as bad. But we still have that same, that's the one that I can come up with here with a similar issue. We really need to work on that, because let's face it, RWBY is way more developed than, say, John.
Recently, sure. Like I think for a while, RWBY was like having no development at all, and she was just the
but we got character. So much shit dumped in this volume that now she's overly developed compared to all the other characters. They need to work on how to write that coherent character. Like, this is how this happened, or this is how.
It'd be nice if they could kind of like. I see what you mean. You want them to like kind of equal the development through everyone if possible. Now,
it's definitely not possible for one entire volume to be all character development, because then the fandom would be like, oh, it's shit again.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, I think that you can do what all the greats do, which is have action, have things exciting happening at the same time as character development. And I think that for the most part, it did it well here.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely done it well, but let's take a look at the villains here, for example.
Yeah, so Salem rose up for sure, but like other than that, we do need to know more about Salem's cronies. 100%. We need to know more about Salem's cronies.
Exactly. Like, we got more development for Mercury this volume. We got a little bit more for John meeting his family. We got a little bit for Tyrion.
Fuck Tyrion.
A little bit.
You're right. We did like. I honestly, one of the few lines I've ever liked from Tyrion was you're in the wrong field if you're not enjoying it.
Oh yeah, and it's hard to develop this many characters completely to match each other. I get that. I'm not a writer by any stretch of the fucking means. You know, trust me, I've tried to write fan fiction and I can't fucking do it. Because I'll either get frustrated with what I'm doing and just scrap it and then start over, or I just can't write. I'll get writer's block. That's why I scrap the idea of doing scripted videos for the channel. It's like I can't do it.
Yeah, no, I feel. So here's what I'll say for my final thing is I think this is a series where because what I've always looked for in RWBY is characters that I love, that feel like friends, that feel like, they feel like you come back to them, it's like, oh my god, I love you, Nora, you're so you, and I love you, RWBY, you're so you. So that characters that feel like your friends, that like are always there, and then they're always fun, they feel real, mixed with really over the top fun, just crazy-esque action, like we're talking like if people didn't know about RWBY, like I would describe it to like normies as like the Kingsman style action, like that when you watch Kingsman, that kind of movie, the whole point, like when people describe the movie as, oh, that's the movie with the crazy over the top action, but it's unapologetic about it. It's not like, oh, I'm sorry, the action isn't realistic. No, the point of that movie is this is action that's so crazy and over the top, but that's the point of it. You enjoy it. So that's what I look for in RWBY. As long as you have the crazy over the top action and the really great characters and just a fun, vibrant like world that's like creative and cool, I will always love that. And as long as it continues to have that, yes, part of me will be like, it'll be cool if they, delve a bit more into like the deeper character development or stuff like that. But as long as they continue to have over-the-top fun-ass action and generally fun characters, that's all I can ask for with RWBY, because that's all I've ever wanted from RWBY.
Oh yeah, there is one other thing we have to kind of touch on, unless you want to save it for another video.
Is it the floaty atlas thing? The thing that there's floating stuff happening?
Well, I mean, honestly, I think the realm below might be the slums, and then the rest is like the rich district and the academy.
Yeah.
But
you gotta have that very obvious, fucking not at all subtle overtone of like the rich lord over the poor.
I think that didn't slide by anybody's mind.
It's like in One Piece where my favorite version of the not subtle at all tone of rich lording over the poor is there's that arc in One Piece where there's like literally like 3 levels of the island, and the top level is the richest of the rich, the middle level is the middle class, and then the bottom level is just a dump, like where they shove all their trash, and then the poor live in the dump.
Jeez. Well, I mean, they're not wrong. They're not wrong at all.
Yeah, and I was like,
poor ass lives in the ghetto.
Big oof. But yeah, no, I mean, what was the thing that you were talking about though that we needed to bring?
A certain controversy that's come to light lately. You know what I'm talking about?
Vic Mignogna? Hey everybody, so as this video continues, we talk for about 20 or 30 minutes on the Vic Mignogna controversy. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up. Essentially, we made the decision to make that a separate video because it's just it goes for way too long. It makes this video way too long, and it's like a totally separate topic. So if you're interested in that, keep on the lookout for our channel. The next week or so, that'll be uploaded. Hopefully tomorrow or the next day. But for now, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. There wasn't really an outro because we put the outro at the end of the Vic Mignogna shit. So peace.